Imagine being asked to give your all every single minute of every game. No breaks, no rest. For New York Knicks players, that's their reality under coach Tom Thibodeau's intense leadership. But as legends like Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce point out, there's a breaking point. Are the Knicks pushing their stars to greatness or pushing them toward disaster? Today, we'll uncover the risks of Thibodeau's unrelenting approach and whether it's the ticking time bomb that could derail the Knicks' playoff dreams. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, two NBA legends, two voices you don't ignore. Recently, they've raised eyebrows with their critique of Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau, calling out his tendency to overwork his players. Their concerns, fatigue, injuries, and the Knicks' playoff dreams hanging by a thread. Today, we're breaking it all down. The Knicks situation, the stats, the history, and what it all means for their future.
At some point, bro, you got staff, you got assistants, you got a GM, you got presidents. Somebody is telling you this, and it's a data league, bro. Data is probably telling you that, hey, look, the starting five playing a way bunch of more minutes than the average starting five in your league. So I'm sure he's heard this. Yeah, it goes back to what Paul just said. Bro's so stuck in his ways and he knows how to win one way, man. Listen, my only problem with a lot of the traditional stuff, it doesn't make the download of the latest update. You know what I'm saying? Our league is high paced. You can't practice today. Scores are 130, 140. The average is 120. Some teams are averaging 115. Bro, do you know, man, that is all-star man. The pace of the league is the reason why we're looking at it like this. On top of that, no one's told Tibbs, including the players. If I'm Karl Anthony Towns, a big body, I pull Tibbs in the room and I say, hey, look, it's a players' league. They can get this off. Tibbs so stubborn, though, that, I don't know. But it's going to have to be something because you can't go up against the Bostons, the Clevelands, and not have a bench. I don't care who you playing.
I think they have a bench, they just not using it.
That's the same thing, Pete.
You gotta think about, like,
if you have a bench you're not using, that's like.
Well, you gotta develop. If you don't trust these guys, this is the time to start.
Here's the shocking stat. 4 Knicks starters are among the top 5 in total minutes played this season. Yes, you heard that right. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, and Quentin Grimes are logging insane minutes. The result? A mounting physical and mental toll. Late-game fatigue, sluggish back-to-back performances, and injuries waiting to happen. The Knicks bench? Barely seeing the court. Thibodeau's over-reliance on his starters isn't just risky, it's a missed opportunity. A deeper rotation could bring fresh legs, new strategies, and yes, some much-needed relief for the stars. The Knicks are holding their own in the standings, but the cracks are starting to show. Close losses in high-pressure games and visible fatigue in the final quarters suggest this approach isn't sustainable. KG knows a thing or two about playing under Thibodeau. During his Celtics days, he clashed with Thibs over heavy minutes. Garnett recently said, and I quote, "Thibs doesn't listen to the data, he runs his guys to the ground." This isn't just criticism, it's a warning from someone who's been there. Paul Pierce added fuel to the fire, emphasizing the Knicks' lack of bench depth. His advice? Make a trade. Bring in a perimeter player who can shoulder some of the load. A bold move, but is it the right one? Thibodeau's reputation precedes him. Known for his high-intensity approach, he demands maximum effort from his players. From Derrick Rose in Chicago to Jimmy Butler in Minnesota, his starters have consistently ranked among the league leaders in minutes. But it's a double-edged sword. Stories of player burnout under Thibs are plentiful. Derrick Rose's injuries are often linked to this grueling style. Other teams have adapted, prioritizing rest and rotation. So why hasn't Thibodeau? The risks are clear. More minutes mean higher chances of injuries. And come playoff time, fatigued players can't deliver in crunch moments. Look at successful teams like the Warriors or the Heat. Their bench players are integral, stepping up when it matters most. This strategy isn't just smart, it's essential. Imagine adding a reliable perimeter player to the Knicks' rotation. Names like Buddy Hield or Gary Trent Jr. come to mind. The added depth could be a game-changer. KG and Pierce are calling on Knicks stars to challenge Thibodeau's approach. Player voices matter, especially in today's NBA. Adaptation is the name of the game. Coaches like Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra emphasize rest and flexibility, and the results speak for themselves. Can Thibodeau evolve? A tired Knicks lineup could be easy prey for playoff opponents. Teams like the Bucks and Celtics are watching and waiting. Burnout doesn't just affect games, it affects locker rooms. Players want to feel valued, not overworked. If this trend continues, the Knicks risk alienating their stars. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce's critiques aren't just opinions, they're wake-up calls. The Knicks have talent, heart, and a passionate fan base. But to truly contend, they need balance. Hard work wins games, but smart work wins championships. What do you think? Should the Knicks make changes to their rotation, or is Thibodeau's strategy the key to success? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth NBA analysis.